Hello students, today I am going to discuss what is meant by workman compensation reserve, how we can treat in accounts at the time of admission of a new partner if there is a workman compensation fund in balance sheet. Okay, there are mainly five cases how to treat with workman compensation fund. So let me explain what is meant by workman compensation fund. See, actually, this fund is set aside by an employer to provide compensation to an employees. Okay, so actually, this fund especially set by an employer to give compensation to an employee. What is the reason for giving compensation? If there is any death or injury and any occupational diseases caused during course of employment. Okay, if there is any disease, if there is any injury, mainly this one will be kept by the construction related companies. Okay, so there is a possibility of injury also, so this fund will be set aside by the employer for giving these injuries. Okay, so most probably the people will be claiming this fund. If there is a claim, on workman compensation fund or workman compensation reserve, what we are going to do with this reserve? Okay, that only we are going to study in five cases. There are five cases to deal with workman compensation fund. Okay, so here one question is there. So all the five cases are given in this question. So P and Q are partners in a firm sharing profit and losses in the ratio 4:1. They decided to take R as a new partner for 1 by 5th share with effect from 1st April 2023. Workman compensation reserve was appeared in balance sheet on that date with rupees 60,000. Show the accounting treatment of workman compensation reserve in each of the following alternative. There are five cases, five alternatives are given here. Case number one, if no information of claim is given. Case number two, if there is no claim. Case number three, if a claim on account of workman compensation fund is estimated by 30,000. Case number four, if a claim on account of workman compensation is estimated by 60,000. Case number five, if a claim on account of workman compensation fund is estimated by 75,000. Okay, so we are going to do all these cases. Only these five cases will be the major possibility which is coming for your final exam. Okay, only maximum five cases will be there. So in this question we are going to discuss all the five cases. So please listen carefully and write in your note with this question and answer. Okay, so let me discuss the first case. So you already know our workman compensation reserve is 60,000. Total amount is 60,000. So we already studied workman compensation fund is coming under accumulated profit and losses. Okay, if there is an accumulated profit and losses in balance sheet, what we'll be doing at the time of admission of the new partner, we'll be distributing that amount to old partners, credit side of old partners in old profit sharing ratio. Okay, old profit sharing ratio. So new partner cannot be included. We'll be distributing only to the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio. Okay, so what is their old profit sharing ratio? 4:1. Okay, if no information, if there is no claim is given, directly you can distribute to the partners in their profit sharing ratio. Now we can check the cases. Okay, so I am going to do with first case number one. If no information of claim is given, if there is no information of claim is given in adjustment, so what we can do? We already studied, if there is no information of claim is given, so directly you can transfer to partners capital account. Okay, directly you can transfer to partners capital account. You know who are the partners? P and Q are the partners. I'm just drawing a format of partners capital account, a rough format. Okay, so P and Q are the partners. Okay, here also P and Q are the partners. Okay, so if no information of claim is given, what we can do? We can directly transfer to old partners. So we admitted R also to our partnership, right? So three partners will be there. Yeah, R also the partners. So three partners will be there. So we can draw column for three partners. Okay, P, Q, and R. Okay, so workman compensation will be distributed to the old partners in their old profession ratio, that is 4:1. So how much is the claim? How much is the amount for workman compensation reserve? 60,000. So that we can directly distribute to old partners. Who is the old partners? P and Q. Okay. So how we can distribute 60,000 into 4:1 is the profit sharing ratio. So for P, it will be 60,000 into 4 by 5. So we'll be getting 48,000. We'll be getting 48,000. So similarly for Q, we'll be getting 12,000. Okay, so that we can directly distribute to old partners. 48,000 in P, 12,000 for Q. Okay, so how we can write the journal entry for this? It's very easy because it is coming in credit side. So whatever things credited, we should be debited. So what and the item and the partner's name will be credited. Okay, so what will be the journal entry? Workman compensation reserve 60,000 debit to P's capital 48,000. So we got 48,000 for P, and to Q's capital how much? 12,000 credited. Okay, so workman compensation reserve will be debited with 60,000 and P's capital will be credited with 48,000 and to Q's capital will be credited with 12,000. Okay, this is the case number 1. This is the answer for case number 1. Okay, now we can take case number 2. What is by case number 2? Case number 2, if there is no claim. So if there is no claim means there is no claim means it is equal to case number 1. There is no claim or there is no information of claim is given. Both are same, no difference. Okay, so for case number 2 also, we are going to do same answer. We are going to work out same way what we did for case number 1. Okay, so we will be distributing to the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio for P and Q, and the same amount will be coming 48,000 for P and 12,000 for Q. Okay, and you can write this journal entry also. Okay, so this is the answer for case number 2. Now case number 3. Case number 3, you can see case number 3. If a claim on account of workman compensation is estimated by 30,000. If there is a claim, so one of the workman got some injury or something like that, or some disease or some injury, so he is going to claim by 30,000. He is going to claim a rupees of 30,000, 30,000. Okay, so if this is the case, what we are going to do with workman compensation fund? Okay, if there is a claim, what we are going to do? Okay, so claim is less than the total reserve. So total reserve is 60,000. What is the claim? Claim 30,000. So what we want to do? We want to deduct. So we are going to deal with case number 2. Okay, case 2. So what we are going to do? We want to deduct that claim from total fund. So what is the total fund? 60,000, right? 60,000. So claim is 30,000. So we want to deduct the total amount, total claim from total fund. Okay, so we will be getting a balance of 30,000. Okay, this is the balance amount after giving the claim. Okay, after deducting the claim, what is the balance amount? 30,000. Okay, so the balance amount only will be distributed to the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio. The balance amount will be distributed to the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio. Okay, so you can see here, before it was 40. In case number 1 and 2, it is 48,000 and 12,000. Now I am going to do case number 3. So I told you balance amount. What is the balance amount? 30,000. Okay, that only will be distributed to partners in their old profit sharing ratio. Okay, so for P, it will be 30,000 into 4 by 5. It will be 24,000. So similarly for Q, what will be the amount? For Q, what will be the amount? The amount will be 6,000. Okay, so 24,000 will be given to P and 6,000 will be given to Q. Okay, what is the reason? Because only the balance amount, we have 60,000 in total reserve, workman compensation reserve, but there is a claim of 30,000. So after deducting that claim, we have a balance of 30,000 that will be distributed to P and Q in their old profit sharing ratio, that is 4:1. Okay, so how we can write journal entry for that? So journal entry, how we can write journal entry? So I am just going to write the journal entry for case number 3. Okay, case number 3. So listen here carefully. So what is the total workman compensation reserve? That is 60,000. 60,000. To claim, on workman compensation reserve is 30,000. There is a claim of workman compensation reserve of 30,000. So the rest of the amount will be distributed to partners. Peace capital. How much we already distributed Peace capital? It is 24,000 should be credited to Q's capital. 6,000 will be credited. So this is the journal entry for workman compensation reserve if there is a claim. So workman compensation reserve will be debited with 60,000. 2 will be crediting the claim on workman compensation reserve 30,000, and to P's capital 24,000, and to Q's capital 6,000. And another thing is that we will be showing this claim. We'll be showing this claim in liability side of balance sheet. Liability asset amount. So we will be showing the workman compensation reserve claim 30,000, not complete 60,000. Okay, 30,000. How much claim happened? That will be showing in liability side of balance sheet. What is the reason for that? Because we are not directly giving to the workers, employees. What is the reason? So there will be a inspection. There will be many procedure to give the this claimed amount. After approval only, this amount will be given to the employees. Till that, it will be there in balance sheet. Okay, so maybe 1 or 2 years it will be there in balance sheet itself as a claim on workman compensation fund. It will become a liability. Liability means what? We want to give back in future. Okay, so it's an obligation to give back in future. So it will be keeping in liability side only. Okay, so that is the case number 3. Okay, now we are going to discuss case number 4. Case number 4. If a claim on account of workman compensation is estimated by 60,000. So in this case, what is happening? See, the reserve and claim both are equal. Okay, we know that the reserve workman compensation reserve is 60,000, and claim also become 60,000. In this case, we are not transferring to partners capital account. We are not transferring to old partners capital. Why? Because we don't have anything balance. Okay, we already did that. If there is a claim on workman compensation fund, that will be deducted from the reserve, workman compensation reserve. So here workman compensation reserve is 60,000, 16k. So what is the claim? Claim also 16k. So zero amount will be transferred to partners capital account. Okay, so there is no amount will be transferred to partners capital account. What we will be doing? Instead of that, what we will be doing? We will be transferring only to the liability side of balance sheet, claim on workman compensation fund. That claim will be transferred to balance sheet in liability side. That's all, nothing else. Okay, nothing else. So all the claim amount will be transferred to liability side of balance sheet. So here 60,000 complete amount become a claim. So that complete amount will be transferred to liability side of partners capital account. Okay, so how you can write the journal entry? For this? So workman compensation fund 60,000 to claim on workman compensation fund 60,000. So this is the journal entry. So complete amount will be transferring to liability side of balance sheet. Okay, why? Because nothing no excess amount is there to transfer to partners capital account. Okay, so complete amount will be going to the liability side of the balance sheet. Okay, so that is the case number 4. Okay, now we can deal with case number 5. Case number 5, if a claim on account of workman compensation reserve is estimated by 75,000. Okay, if a claim on workman compensation is estimated by 75,000. So if this is the case, what we are going to do? So now what is happening here? We have a reserve of 60,000. We have a reserve of 60,000, but the claim is more than the reserve. Okay, so up to 60,000 we already deal with case number 4. So now the claim is more than the reserve. So how much is more? How much amount is more? So we have a reserve of 60,000. So the claim is 75,000. So how much is more? There is a negative balance of 50,000. So extra amount is extra we want to give for that claim. So 15,000, 15,000 we want to take back from revaluation account, low side of revaluation account. Okay. So what is the condition here? There is an extra amount of 50,000. So from where we are going to cover that 15,000? 15,000 from where we are going to cover? We can cover from revaluation account, low side of revaluation account, that is debit side of revaluation account. Okay. So how we can deal with this? So in this case number 5, nothing will be there in partners capital account. You know that because we already used all the amount for claim plus extra 15,000 is there. So that we are going to take from revaluation account. Okay. So what we will be doing? We will be charging that extra 50,000 to revaluation account. This is the revaluation account. Okay. So that claim on workman compensation reserve 15,000 will be charging to debit side of revaluation account. This is revaluation account. So that extra 15,000 will be charging to debit side of revaluation account. Okay, and we will be writing what we will be writing? We will be writing 75,000 in. We will be writing 75,000 in workman compensation claim on workman compensation fund in liability side of balance sheet. Okay, we will be writing workman compensation reserve claim 75,000 in liability side of balance sheet. Okay, so what will be the journal entry for case number 5? What will be the journal entry for case number 5? Okay, so workman compensation reserve 60,000. We are going to use complete 60,000 reserve to claim on workman compensation reserve. The rest amount, that means the excess 15,000, we are going to take from revaluation account. 15,000 also will be debited to claim on workman compensation reserve, that is 75,000 credited. Okay, so this is the journal entry for if we are taking excess amount for workman compensation reserve. We will be transferring that excess amount to revaluation account in low side of revaluation account, that is debit side of revaluation account. So this is the journal entry. Workman compensation reserve 60,000 will be debited. Revaluation, the excess amount of revaluation will be debited again 15,000 to claim on workman compensation reserve. 75,000 will be credited. Okay, and we will be showing in liability side of balance sheet 75,000 claim on workman compensation reserve. This is the 5 cases you want to study while dealing with workman compensation fund. Sometime there will be 3-mark question or 6-mark question. If it is a 6-mark question, 5 cases will be asking in exam. If this is a 3-mark question, maybe 3 or 4 cases will be asking in exam, or sometime it will be attached with long answer question. Okay, so long answer question. If it is attached with long answer question, any one of the case will be coming for the exam. Okay, so study properly and all the best for your essay 1 exam. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.